we meet in these two rooms, and we no longer meet at 2 o'clock to,
3:50.
3:50, we now meet at 3:30 to 5:20. But we're having a very interesting speaker, his name is Ed Foote. I will put the flyer back here and you can take a picture of it. If you're on my website, then you will receive it. Otherwise, take a picture of it. The flyer is there. I stole the first spot.
Well, okay.
So you can take a picture. Okay, that's on. And the website, I have the website on there as well. Put your name, register, and put your email address to receive all new flyers that we put out in the metaphysical room.
Thank you. Great club to go to, okay? Will and Wendy are on vacation this week, but they run the Astrologers of the Villages Club. So that's the second Thursday, so their next meeting will be in March. So that's another great club to go to. I don't see George here yet. George does the Essence of Life Spiritual Gathering and Unity on the third Sunday, yes?
This Sunday is a really interesting speaker. It's Reverend Greg, K-E-H-N.
Han.
Thank you. He's from
Lilydale
in the summer, and the village is in the winter, and of course, Dr. Lewis Gates is no longer because this gentleman is
Yeah, I know Greg.
He's a very interesting man. This Sunday at Essence of Light or Unity Spiritual Center at 5:30 for healing and 6:30 for the speaker.
5:30 and 6:30 or 5:30 and 6?
I'll be there at 5:30.
Yeah, be there at 5:30 anyway, so for that, okay. Anyone else doing any clubs or anything like that? Okay, I'll let you go. The health club that I'm doing, there's a book out there called The End of Alzheimer's. Okay, so we're using the protocol is what we're talking about like that. And you know, there's a lot of specialty diets out there. I've tried just about all of them and everything. But the interesting synopsis was that this is actually, a modified Mediterranean diet, which is basically what I'm doing now at this point in time, fits right into even reversing Alzheimer's or preventing it. And he's written papers. He did a small study on 10 people and 9 reversed, and then went to 100, and then it's been several hundred. So I have the whole protocol that I send out, basically. John Richards, my friend, had gotten the book, and he said, it's really hard to get all the information out of here on the protocol, but then I found a website, and aha. So I put some into sheets, but I also have that website that I'll send you to do it. And if you can't make the program, just email me, and I'll put you on the list with all that.
When is it again?
So the next one will be the 4th Monday at Churchill. It's right on the sheet at Churchill. Tom, could you have them bring a few more chairs? There's a few chairs up here, but I think we're going to need a few more anyway. It may fit you. And so it's not the end of Alzheimer's that Alzheimer's has ended and you die. Okay, it's basically the end of Alzheimer's being a necessary factor leading to dying. So it's really an interesting session with that. I encourage you to come to that. So we've had Dr. Gates here before. I'm going to let him introduce himself. If you got my email, you got his whole biography there. But we've had a wonderful time with him in the past. He's brought toys so that he can play with us today. He's got toys.
Toys, you know.
Let's give him a hand.
Yeah, I think everybody can hear me, right?
Yeah, perfect.
All right, so you can hear me, so I don't have to use the solid mic. My name is Reverend Dr. Lewis Gates. I have a metaphysical doctorate in science, and I live in Cassadaga. So what we're going to talk about, more of a parapsychology club. I'm going to talk first, what I want to probably go in first for a little bit is about near-death experiences. I'm actually going to go about my near-death experiences. So give you an idea of what happened to me. With mine, I did not see a white light, so maybe I wasn't supposed to. But I didn't see a light, a vibration. I actually saw my guide. I have a guide named Jeff. He has been my guide for my whole life. And he's the first face I saw when I had my near-death experience at 5. I've had 3 of them so far in my life that I passed and went. So at the age of 5, I stopped breathing, and I sat with Jeff. I didn't see anything else. All I saw was him sitting with me on his bench. I didn't see relatives, didn't see anybody else. I just saw him. And for the 5-6 minutes that I was pronounced dead, I wasn't breathing, I just sat with him. It did not go anywhere. I didn't see the white light, didn't see any of that, just sat with him, very contently sitting with him. And most of us will go to where our family members, our guides, our master teachers, our animals, those will be about the first people you see. They're the first ones that you communicate with when you get to the other side. They are the ones you will see. They will stand right in front of you. When I teach classes about guides and people in the spirit world, we all have these 10 to 15 guides that follow us, all of us. We have these guides, guardian angels, guides, whoever you want to name them, they follow you throughout your lifetime. Whether you want to talk to them or not, they are still there with you. They walk with you, they help you, they encourage you. And you picked them long before you got here. So it isn't like you got here and said, oh boy, I need guides. You got them before you got here on this earth plane. And they follow you through your life. As you progress in your spiritual growth, you progress at where you're supposed to be, then guides will change. Certain guides will change and move, and other guides will step up. It's like your kindergarten teacher cannot teach you 12th grade studies. Kindergarten teachers teaching little babies, they're not teaching 12th grade. So when you progress spiritually, you're going to get different guides that are going to come in and help you with that avenue, that vibration in your life. I love telling people we do nothing wrong. Remember that. Get that in your head. You do nothing wrong. You don't. What we do is we pick the destinations in our lives. Good, bad, indifferent, doesn't matter what we do. We follow the destination. The free will of choice in our life is how we arrive at that. How we arrive. A lot of things happen in our lives that were never meant for us. We're kind of part of the metaphysical energy. We are just passing by, helping others get them to where they need to be. The Spirit needed us to be there at that moment, that precise moment, to help others get them to where they personally need to be. It was never to affect us, never to throw us off balance, but so many people hold on to that. I had a lady not too long ago come to a reading and she said, my mother hates me. And for 40 years, she dwelled on that her mother hated her. And then, when I brought her mother through and her mother spoke to her, she come to find out her mother didn't hate her. So she wasted not all this 40 years of being bad to herself, treating herself badly. You do nothing wrong in your life. You're either a life lesson for yourself or a life lesson for somebody else. If something has to change your life, Spirit will move heaven and earth and move you to where you need to be. Spirit and earth will move. We all kind of think we're in control. Well, we could be. But that designations in our life is exactly where we're supposed to be. But it's that I tell people you can crawl, you can walk, you can ride in a limo. I know most of us here in this group are a little older now. We're not going to walk or crawl, so we're all going to be in the limo. hanging out in the limo, heading to where we need to be. Always listen to yourself when you're looking at something and the vibration. Always listen to who you are. Listen. If your whole vibration is telling you, oh, that's not good, oh, that's not good, ooh, that's not good. Most of us are empathic. We have empathic abilities. We sense and feel. So if you go somewhere and you go, no, I don't feel good there, that's not good, don't go in. Don't venture into the situation. We get a good feeling with people, situations, and vibrations in our lives. I don't know. There's 2 chairs over there. There's one up there. 2 back there, 1 up here. We'll split you up. So, but remember, you are who you are. You were made exactly what you were supposed to do in this lifetime. Nobody leaves this airplane before they are supposed to. We've all picked our journey. How long we're going to be here, obstacles, situations, and vibrations in our life before we venture to the spirit world. The second time I passed, I was 12. I remember that. I was dead for almost 28 minutes. So the question with that is that I got to see a little bit more because they set me on a hill. But in that vibration, I knew that I wasn't allowed to go into the cities. And if I try to explain it, there were cities venturing out as far as the eye could see. I could see people going into them, people leaving them, people doing things in the cities, but I could not go into them. Or my guide said I would have to stay if I ventured into any part of the cities. But I sat with guides, master teachers, my father, different people. I sat with them and spoke to them. While they were speaking to me, I could see what was going on off at a distance. Didn't see any white light at that time either. I just went to where this bench is and sat on the bench. The bench is mother of pearl, I know that. And I sat on it. I know I know the bench. And I've sat there many times with my guides during these situations, watching to see what goes on. My dog that passed away came and sat at my feet. Different vibrations. So animals do make it to the spirit world. They do. They make it to the spirit world. A lot of people do this work, they go, oh my God, your animal's here. When you get to the spirit world, you will have 3 animals. 3. That's all. Most of you might be cat hoarders or dog hoarders in this lifetime. But in the spirit world, there are 3 energies. Throughout incarnations and vibrations that you have lived, you have 3 animals. Encompass all the animals that you've ever owned. 3. 3 animals. Hopefully you didn't have a lot of snakes and tarantulas and things in your life. But you will have these 3 animals that will appear in front of you. And they will make a conglomerate of all the energy. When he talks about health, vibration in your life, you've got to remember every lifetime, every incarnation, every place that you have ever existed through time is within the cells of your body today. Inside of you. So you can call upon that. At any given moment, at any given time of your life, call upon that. Some lifetime you were extremely healthy. Had plenty of money, you had all kinds of things going positive in your life. Call upon that. Because it's within the cells of your body. It's within your vibration. The reason I got healthy in my life is I had a gentleman tell me, he says, at some lifetime you were healthy. Why don't you try to go back there? And within about 3 or 4 months of me meditating on a lifetime that was extremely healthy, what I had in my life went into remission. I've got muscular dystrophy and polio. I was supposed to be dead when I was 18. So here I am. Spent most of my childhood in wheelchairs. So I'm here. So, but I had to go back. I had to go back and try to redo, reset, re-envision this. But at some point, we're extremely healthy. That's why when people say, if you got sick now in your life, you don't want to tell me taking a picture of you when you're sick now. Go get pictures out of your album when you were healthy. Put them around the house so you can see yourself healthy. When you have things going on in your life, don't don't take a picture in your head of when things are bad. Take a picture in your head when things were good, and focus on that vibration within your life. And that's what I learned in my lifetime, is to focus on that. Focus on that vibration. Focus on the positive, not negative. I try to give people that have negative energy a wide berth. Try to give them a little bit of a wide berth, because God bless them, but not here with me. Not here in my circle. God bless you though, but not here. Because people will talk negative in situations in your vibration. If they talk negative in your vibration, you allow them to be in your vibration, then you internally accept that negativity within your life. You bring it forth in your vibration. But out of the near-death experiences I've had, the last one was the most significant one, is when a lot of my guides appeared. I had a master teacher all dressed up in white. Nobody called him by a name. He was just standing there, with white and blue light sitting there in my vibration, asking me if I wanted to go to the spirit world, if I wanted to leave, if I wanted to go. And out of that near-death experience, I figured out I didn't want to go. I wanted to be here. I wanted to help. I wanted to encourage. So the question that is, I got brought back, but that was through a lot of stuff of me being brought back. I had last rites, and the Catholic priest was in to do all the stuff. And I was supposed to be leaving, but I didn't. They allowed me to come back. It wasn't my time. It wasn't my organization. But remember, when I teach cycles in people's lives, remember cycles? A lot of people will think that cycles are this whole big 7-year cycle, 7 years, we go on with our life, blah, 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 blah. Cycles are 9 years, people. 9. You spend 7 years, your guides allow you to go crazy. You do whatever you want those 7 years. 8th year is a purging year. Guides clear, regroup, rebalance, reset. 9th year, you get ready to start a new cycle, then you start again. If you look at obituaries, most people pass to spirit in their 8th and 9th year. They don't want to start a cycle, don't want to end one either. So you notice people will pass at 80, they'll pass at 72, they'll pass at different intervals at 8th and 9th year. Because they're subconsciously telling themselves, well, I don't want to be here anymore. I'm tired. I don't want to do that. I don't want to do another cycle. And people leave. I always explain to people, never in your 8th and 9th year of a cycle should you tell your guides that you don't like it here. Somebody will start the bus. Somebody will start it, and they will come for you. My mother-in-law did that, and just in her 8th year, she did that. And then when she was getting ready to take her last breath, she said, what did I do? I said, Jenny, the bus is here. I'm not going. You called them. You're going to go. And she went to spirit within 5-6 minutes. She left. The question here, you take your age, and wherever you are at this point in your life, whatever your age is, take your age and you add it together. If you're 68, it means if you're 68, it means you're in your 5th year of a 9-year cycle, 5th year. You just add it together, break it to single digit. So 6 and 8, 14, 1 and 4, 5. Give you a quick lesson, really quick. First year of the cycle, treat your life like a Walmart. Take your credit card, go in the store, get your hair done, get your nails done. It's all up in the front of the store. Stop at the bank, collect whatever you personally think you need in your life. Stop the return window. That's a key thing, people. Return window is to throw things up on the counter to return it. That includes people. Move, venture into the store. First year is all about you. First year of a cycle is all about your vibration. Because you're setting the foundation you're personally building on for the rest of the cycle. Second year, your guides will stop you. It will stop you. To make you look at what you put in the foundation, you'll have one last chance to fix that foundation. One last chance within your second year. When you get to a third year of a cycle, I love it. We're in the villages. Third year of the cycle, they put you in a golf cart. They drive you around the store to all the good places to pick up building material with to build on that foundation. Fourth year, head down building. Fifth year, I call the Dr. Phil year. It's when your guys go, how's that been working for you? Sixth, seventh year, it's like being locked in this room. You can build whatever's in this room. You just can't leave it. Sixth year, head down building. Seventh year, they step you back in the room, have you look at it, and you're still building with whatever's in this room. Eighth year, your guys sit you down. They enter the room. They take things, they move things, they rearrange things, but place things in your life that you're supposed to have. And ninth year, you regroup, get ready for the next cycle, then you go back in the store again. So if you're at a part of your vibrational cycle, figure out where you're at. Figure out what is going on around you. What's happening in your vibration? What's going on in your auric field? What's happening around you at that point? That's what you have to ask yourself. What is going on? What part of the cycle are you in? Remember, they let you go crazy for 7 years. Do whatever you want. But 8th year, people go, oh my God, I didn't want that to go off. Guides will come in and take it. They'll remove things. People move in their 8th year. People get divorced. People die. People do all kinds of things. People never cease to amaze me what they do in their 8th year of a 9-year cycle. They do all kinds of things. And a lot of this is just basic that I've learned through my whole life. I've been doing mediumship readings out in public since I was the age of 5. I've been in Lilydale, I've been up on the stump, I've been giving readings. My mother used to set me up. I said I was attending seances in a bassinet. My mother would take me, put me in a bassinet in the seance room and be in the seance room. So I've spent my life in this work. I've learned from a lot of teachers. And remember, when you're learning from teachers, take what fits you. The rest of it, leave it for other people to pick up. Don't think that it's gospel and, oh my God, I got to take that on. That's mine. Whew. No. It worked for them. Does it work for you? Does it fit your vibration? Nobody's walked in the same path that you've walked. No one's lived the same life that you have lived. So you're going to have all these different perceptives of what is going on around you. So you're not going to see life like everyone else. You're going to see it like you see it, how you ventured forth. So take what you personally need, not because I say, oh my God, that's perfect, you need to take this, you need to do this, you need to do this. No. Does it fit you? Like mediumship. Mediumship, everybody can talk to spirit. You might not, it's like playing a piano. Not everyone's going to play concerts. But all of you can play the chopsticks. All of you can beat something out on the piano. So it's according to where you take it and how you want to receive and talk to spirit. How you talk to spirit. When I was teaching a class the other day, I teach a class in black bag mediumship. It's called black bag mediumship. So it's a regular little black bag. And you fill it with anything that your little heart desires. Whatever you want in your bag. It's your little bag. By the bag being black, it's not going to let any light in it. So every time you reach into the bag, it's going to collect more energy. It'll collect more energy within the bag. Then every day you put, you can put cards. I made little toys for people, but I had a little coin, little stuff. And I got all these little stuff in here. But I always liked like positive affirmation cards or some kind of cards to put in the bag. Then you just reach in once a day, pull the card out and read it. And put it back in. It's the intention that will bring the energy more stronger within the bag. If I was going to have you look in this bag and pick out 3 things, remember, first thing you lay on the table is past. Second thing you lay on the table is present. Third thing you lay on the table is future. Past, present, future. And you actually look and see what you pulled out of the bag, which is going to affect you. You can put tarot cards in here, you can put little cards in here, you can put other things in, whatever you feel that your bag should have in it. And do that. It's a lot from a shaman bag. Shaman. My grandfather used to hack us out in the woods, and he'd make us a bag and tell us to go collect what we thought we needed for our shaman bag. And we'd bring all the stuff back to my grandfather, and he would bless it and put it in the shaman bag, and we'd wear it. We'd put it around our necks. Kind of like a shaman's bag. Because you're placing in it what you feel is best for you. Then you pick out of it what your vibration tells you to pick out of it each day. So I give yourself a reading. Works. It fits. I do this kind of thing, and I have clear bags. I actually do where you make your own spirit bag, which I put things on a table. You just go, take a bag like this, it's big, walk around the villages. I don't think you need to pick things out of people's yard. Unless you see something, go, oh, I should put that in the bag. Make your own little spirit bag. You can do all these little things which actually have energy, which has the vibration of energy, vibration of connection. It's what it works for you. The black bag mediumship might work for you. It might say, you might go, oh my God, it's perfect for me. It works for me. If you're wanting to do health vibration, then put health things in there. Put things in there that you would say, health, health. This will give you health. So you pull colors out. Most people think that blue is healing. Blue is healing, green is healing. Blue, different colors mean health, vibration, balance within our lives. So place in the bag that you would say, that's what fits me for that. I might tell you with symbols and things in your life, dream symbols, dream books, all this stuff. God bless everyone. I have a client, if she has a dream, she's got 45 dream books, and she'll read every single one till she gets to the one that tells her what she wants to hear. So, first thought, first impression, what does that mean to you? Not what it means to someone else, because they didn't have the dream, you did. What did the dream mean to you? What was that first connection that you got from the dream? What was the first thought that you had? Was it a good thought, bad thought? What was the thought with the dream? Same thing with meditation. You're setting your meditation. You set it. You just don't go into meditation and go, oh, I'm just open to the universe. You go and you get quiet and set your meditation before you go in. Want to meet a guide? You want to talk to spiritual teachers? Want to talk to a loved one? Ask to see them. Ask to see them. Ask to communicate with them. Your loved ones, I did a service that said, not all your loved ones will come visit with you. Some of them were just in your life just to get you to where you needed to be. They were not supposed to come back in the vibration with you. You might not see some of your relatives come back and talk to you and be around your vibration because they weren't supposed to be there. They're just supposed to be there that moment to help you and get you where you need to be. Maybe your parents were there just to make sure that you got the genes and the vibration in your life to make you who you are. They weren't supposed to be there the rest of the time. They might not show up. They might not show up because they weren't supposed to take you the rest of the way. Not everybody in your life is to take you the whole way in your life. It's only to take you that part distance, that part vibration in your life. So when you do that whole vibration, remember, don't say, oh my God, they must hate me. They don't come around. They don't talk to me. Maybe they're just not supposed to. Let them go. I tell people, your kids don't like you. There's plenty of children out there that would love to talk to you. Your parents don't want to talk to you. Well, just come up to villages. I have a friend of mine that wants to get married. She's like 79 years old. I told her, wait a second, honey. I'll take you up to villages. We'll find the best golf cart. And we'll have you sit in there and act like you don't know where you're at. She said, you think that'll work? I said, I don't know. We'll just find the best one. So The question is that we try to find the best scenario in our lives that fit us. What fits your vibration? The symbols, all that vibration, it all has a meaning to you. All your energy field, it has a meaning to you. What you work with, like I have things that you can work with. You can work with sound. You can work with sound for your vibration of body. I have a lot of people have crystal bowls. I don't play with. I used to have crystal bowls, but my cats like to sleep in them. My wife's cats. But now I have handle bowls, which work very well, and they focus the energy. It focuses the energy towards the chakras. So usually when you have a crystal ball, you gotta try to hold it, you gotta try to do all this stuff and try to get the energy there. These work very well, extremely well for healing. Because you can sound the bowl and focus it right at the chakras. Right at the energy centers. Works very well. These all come in the different notes of every chakra. The chakras have different notes, different quality of notes for each section chakra. So you get the crystal ball that fits that chakra. And you play it. And you figure out which one works for you. What one, this one actually goes for the heart chakra. So you actually set it over top of the heart chakra when you play it, and it focuses the sound right through your body. And since you're mostly water, the vibration of the sound will adjust the water and cells in your body. You don't have to buy a whole bunch of these. I have these, and plus I have crystal pyramids. A crystal pyramid you can buy, and you can sound it. Seven different tones within the pyramid. You only need one pyramid to place 7 different tones. They're crystal pyramids. Just gotta be careful not to hit them. My wife hit mine real hard to try to play it, and it cracked. So you can't hit it real hard, lightly touch, lightly, and you just play it. So these are other tools that you can use to do healing on yourself, healing on you. Most people don't want to put up with other people. You just need to put up with yourself. So you want to meditate by yourself. You want to do this, you want to do that. Heal yourself. Heal thyself. So I know when he talks about the back and all the things in the back for health and vibration, I have to say something. I was with a large doctor one time, a long time ago, was Alzheimer's. Alzheimer's could have been fixed many years ago. The problem a lot with Alzheimer's is if you eat something out of a can or drink soda out of a can, you need to stop. If you eat things out of a can, take it out of a can and wash it. The ingredients, the metal within the sand and the aluminum within the soda cans get into the soda and stuff that you're eating and drinking, and it actually affects the receptors in your brain. So just a little thought, eating a lot of stuff out of a can, wash it, clean it first before you actually cook it. Simple. And don't drink stuff out of an aluminum can. Don't do that. It'll stop you from getting crazy. We have to realize that there's a lot of stuff in our lives that we can do to prevent stuff in our lives by just talking to our guides. And we have the gatekeeper who actually sits here. My gatekeeper is Jeff, guardian angel, gatekeeper, protector, whatever you want to call them. They're the first one. They're the first force at the front gate. Then the physician who takes care of your health. Then you have the alchemist. The alchemist is one of your key guides because they actually manifest things in your life. Relationships, prosperity, health, different things, vibrations in your life. The alchemist actually progresses that, propels that within your vibration. Then you have runners, so different other vibrations going through your vibration. If you're a medium or something to work in that vibration, you're probably gonna have a mediumship guide. If you've done Reiki in your life, you've got a Reiki guide. They've been assigned to you, boom. If you've got Reiki, you've got somebody following you. because you attracted that energy, that vibration with you. Through our lives, we attract guides and different things on our vibration and what we place into our auric field, what we place in around us, what our teachings are, what our vibration is. I have a grandmother, she wouldn't call her gatekeeper a gatekeeper. My grandmother's vibration was the white spirit, great white spirit. That was her gatekeeper. It was the great white spirit. So, what our upbringing, whether it's through Native American, whether it's through German, whether you're Italian, whether you're Italian, you probably have a little bit of Roman Catholic going on in you. Little stuff going on around your vibration. So you're going to see guides in different things and deities and different things around you. So it's what you envision for you, what you set. Your guides aren't looking for you to say, oh, I need to know what their names are. No, they are not. They just want you to pay attention every once in a while. Most of us are running so quickly, so fast in our lives that we don't get time to sit and get quiet. Sit and get quiet. When you meditate, meditate through your third eye. Breathe through your third eye. When people say breathe through your nose, breathe through here, like we have water coming through here. Open up the pineal and the hypothalamus, breathe through here. As you breathe into your lungs and breathe out. You do not breathe out negativity. Take that out of your vocabulary. You do not breathe out negativity. Once you tell yourself you're breathing out negativity, then you're telling yourself your body is full of negativity. You know, your conscious thought and your vibration, I've got negative stuff in my vibration, I got to get out of it. You have no negativity in your vibration. Breathe in, positive energy, let it touch the Christ spirit within you, and breathe out positive energy into the spirit world. Positive. Tell yourself you're positive. Positive energy, not negative. Negative. What happens is you start thinking that, then you start thinking your body has all this negative stuff you've got to get rid of. Or you have spirits. We're going to get into house clearing here. I'm going to break a few rules with people that do house cleaning, so don't throw things at me, please. I'm going to break a few rules here. Most energy within a home is because somebody has been in there and something has happened within the home. It is the energy within the space. It is not a spirit. It is not an entity. It is the energy that was left behind in that space. So if you're in a space and you go, ooh, I walk through this building. If somebody negative walks through a space out here and you walk through, go, ooh, I didn't like that. Ooh. You get a feeling, you get a vibration. Not because the person's still there, that's the energy they left as they walked through. As they walked through the house. If you had a murder or something happen in the home, in the space where that happened, you're going to have a lot of negative energy. You're going to have a lot of energy within that space and you're going to feel it. You're going to think it's, oh my God, spirits are locked in here. No, they're not. It's just the energy has been set in that vibration. You have to clear the energy, not the spirit. I know from my near-death experiences, I've got 10 to 15 guides, 10 to 15 of them. They are going to protect me. I am not going to attract anything negative unless I absolutely want to. Now, my mind says I need to go do that, then poof. I had a client go up north. She laid on a mass murderer's grave up in north. And then she called me and said, I think I attracted something. You think? You placed yourself in that energy. You put yourself there to try to conjure something. Well, you're probably going to conjure something. But as long as you stay focused in your life and where you feel like you need to be, you're going to attract positive energy, positive vibrations in your life. You get with somebody negative, and after a while, you start to be negative too. You just start getting those negative vibrations. Go, oh God, I'm negative. Ooh. Because now you've done that. But you're not going to fix something. But remember, there's energy within the space, energy within this room, psychometry within chairs. When you leave today, you will leave energy in these chairs. The person that was here before sitting in that chair, yeah, their energy's still in that chair. So the chairs will still be taking on energy. So you might sit in the place and move because you didn't like that chair. Not because you didn't like where you were sitting, you just didn't like the energy in the chair, so you moved to a different chair. You sense what's going on around you. Ask for that highest and best within your vibration. Ask for that. Smudging is very simple. Smudge the space, smudge the sometimes spirit just laughs at you. They just giggle at you. Go ahead and run around, smudge the whole place. They'll just giggle at you. They'll just giggle. Smudging is clockwise in a space. Clockwise, go to the four corners, say any prayer you want in the four corners of the space, get back to the center, then make a loud noise in that space. Yell, make a loud noise, clap your hands together, do something in that space, then leave that space and go clear another space. If you run through the thing like a wild Indian with the smudge going all over the place, the people in the room, the energy just moves to the corners. Once you leave the room, they're all back in. You didn't clear anything. By just going clockwise through the space and then making a loud noise, you've cleared the energy within that space. You've cleared the energy within that vibration. Do that throughout your home if you want to do that. I do what my grandmother taught me to do. I take dry bay leaves and some sea salt. And I put them in a little bag, put a dry bay leaves, some sea salt, I seal it, I say a prayer over the 4 bags, I go to the 4 corners of the house, I set a bag in each one of the 4 corners of the house. That puts a circle of protection around the whole house. Circle of protection. Seals the house with positive energy. Seals it. And that works really well also. But you have to always go back and look because sometimes the little bags and bay leaves, they disappear. I don't know where they go, but they disappear. So you have to go back and redo it every once in a while. But it's still what works for you, what fits you. Whether I'm teaching you mediumship, whatever I'm teaching you, does it fit the vibration you're looking for, you're connecting to in your life? Does it fit you? That's what you have to ask yourself. Does it fit me? Does this work? Does this make sense to me? Some of the stuff I'm telling you today might not make sense to you. You might go, but some of it you'll go, oh, I like that. You just stick it in your pocket and go, I like that. I like that. You want somebody to be nice to you and you really can't talk to them. They're crazy. They don't want to talk to you. You just want to have some very positive energy. Write whatever the person's name is on a piece of paper, fold the paper towards you, put whatever positive energy you want into it, and put it in your freezer. Freeze that energy, freeze that vibration into their life. Pretty soon the people will call you, things will happen. You want somebody out of your life? Write their name, fold the paper away from you, and throw it away. By folding it away from you, you want them out of your life. By throwing it away, you want them out of your life today. Gone. Want them gone. You don't want to wish bad. My mother said, don't wish bad on anybody, dear. Just wish they win the lottery and move away. Right? Wish bad on them. Wish they move away. We never wish negative energy on people. We only wish best for them, but just not in my space. Over there. God bless you. Over there. Because you have to realize that years ago we had a neighbor that lived right next door to us. He was nuts. He would shoot guns in the middle of the night. He was just as wild. There were Confederate flags flying all over his house. It was the most craziest thing I ever seen in my whole life. He lived next door to us. So I told my wife, I said, how are we going to live with this? I go, wait a second. I did that, folded away, asked blessings, everything like that. His mother left him some money. What did he do? He sold his house and moved away. Had a beautiful couple move in next door. So you have to realize that as long as you wish positive, situations will happen in that vibration. Same thing with your life. Remember, what you're thinking of and what you're propelling in your life is what you will see when you pass to the spirit world. Whatever your mind thought is what you're going to envision when you step off the elevator. You see? So make sure that you're comfortable, you have your thoughts in order. Oh, I did something bad. No, you didn't. We think that we've done things bad. So eventually we're going to get to the spirit world and we're going to say, oh, that was for so-and-so. That wasn't really for me. I was just there to help them. And I suffered with that. No, let it go. Because you can't go dig somebody up and slap them and go, what'd you do? What'd you do to me? They're past, they're in spirit. This was the lifetime. This was the incarnation they had with you. Everything worked out in this lifetime. It's supposed to work out the way it's supposed to work out. You meet the people you're supposed to meet. You travel to where you need to be. Things happen in your life. It's what is supposed to happen. But how it happens is up to you. How that vision happens in your life. How that connection happens in your vibration. It's all that energy within your being. All that energy that you propel within your vibration. If you want to connect to spirit in your home and the vibration, you go, notice, I like to have spirit in my home. I like to talk to them. Remember, you're not going to attract anything negative unless you go, oh, I'd like to get this crazy spirit that committed murder. I like them in there, huh? That's what it's not your mother. If you didn't like your mother, she was just the meanest woman in the world, try not to conjure her up. Attract the positive people from the spirit world with you. And when I do these things, I have these, what you need is a card. Plain index card. Lines don't work very well, just a plain blank index card. You need a candle. What you do is you light the candle, you ask for anything you want on the card, and run it over candle. Run it over the candle. So I have one candle here. And I'm not going to burn the place down. But if by running it over the candle, you keep it moving. If you stop, the paper will start to turn orange, thing will catch fire, and things will happen. You just run it over the candle as long as you feel comfortable running it. Now what happens is you start to see things on the other side. Back in the day, these were like scrotographs and situations and scrotographs. It's almost like scrotographs, different things in the back. You used to take blank film, hold it, then you bring it up, and we developed the film, and by the time we developed the film, there'd be faces, different things on the film. This is just a different way to do scrotographs. People's faces, different things. You almost see like an eye, there's a mouth, there's a couple of ears. Different things are starting to manifest here. But different things will manifest on the cards, people's faces, different vibrations, pets will manifest on the card. If you do these at home, just do it and just set them out. Because they will take on a life of their own. They're called flame cards. Called flame cards. Spirit flame cards. And what you do is you just run it over the flame. If this starts to, the back part of this starts to turn orange, it means the fire is getting ready to start. As long as you run it over and run it as long as you feel comfortable, and then just look at it. See what you see. What shows up in the vibration. And there could be numbers, there could be names. There could be names. I asked for my wife's brother to show up, and his initial in his name was F. And there's a perfect F right there in the vibration. But it will show itself to you. It will show, and this is something you can do at home. This is something you can do at home. So you can just run it over the candle, put it out, and look at it. You might get something that's like, oh my God, look at that. That's awesome. It works. If you want to set a Waldorf candle in your bathroom, most of you here, you got these houses, you have a nice bathroom mirror, nice big bathroom mirror. Wait till it gets a little dark, put a Waldorf candle out, turn the light off in the bathroom, step away from the mirror so you can just barely make out your face. And over the time that you're looking at the mirror, you're gonna see your face roll. You'll turn into a man, your hair will get longer, you'll get short, your eyes will change. And the only thing I really notice with that is when you're sitting there looking at the mirror, you're busy talking. Even though your mouth's not moving, you're just talking away. Your mouth is moving 100 miles an hour. I always want to get a lip reader to see what I am saying when I'm doing that. What is my lips saying when I'm doing that? Because your mouth will move, but you're sitting there. And when I do transfiguration, it's why I have people sit, I get it dark, just a little bit of red light on them. And you'll actually see their eyes are closed, they're sitting still, you'll actually see their arms move, their eyes will open, they'll look at you, their heads will move, even though they're standing directly still with their eyes closed. It's just spirit transfiguring over you, overshadowing we call it. But spirit will overshadow you every time, a lot of times during the day. You might not realize it, but they are. They're right up in your business. Especially if you're doing something crazy. See, spirit doesn't just drop down here. The only reason they drop down here is to save you because you've done something stupid. They come to save you. They don't come down here just to be here and say, I love you. I love when mediums go, oh, I've got your mother here, dear. Oh, she loves you so much. God bless you. I didn't bring anything through that she could recognize that, that's my mom, she's here, mom's here. See, I didn't bring any kind of strong kind of evidence or some kind of evidence through for her to have some kind of connection. Sometimes you'll just feel your mother or your father or your child's presence in the room, you'll just feel it. You just like start crying just because they're there. But most of the time it's this evidence, this vibrational evidence, vibration you give people that helps them on their journey. Some people are stuck because somebody died. They should have done more. They should have helped more. They should have helped more. I went to the hospital the other day and a nurse said, do you have a living will? I said, yes, I do. Do you have it? I said, yes, I do. I brought her. My wife. She said, she can't be a living will. I said, yes, she can. How? I said, when things get bad, she's going to close the door, place the pillow in the exact space that it needs to be placed, and take me out. Living will. She said, that's against the law. It's a living will. Right there. But we have to realize that we propel things in our life. We do this vibration. Energy centers in your life set off energy all the time. The energy centers, your chakras, your vibration sets off energy all the time. That's why people use dowsing rods. That's why people use them to see where the energy field is. Energy fields vary with different people, different vibrations with people's energy field. They vary throughout people's lives. They vary. You can get any kind of dowsing rods and just hold them. And when you hold them together, you'll know exactly when you get close to somebody's energy. But if I go over here, it might be you better protect your energy. You don't let too many people up close, do you, dear?
No.
So her energy was more closer, your energy was more out. So this is by testing the energy, you'll actually see the energy, how it fits. But your chakras in your body are always sending off energy out ahead of your vibration. Testing situations ahead of you. That's where most of your empathic abilities come from. Because your body is sending out energy ahead of you as you move forward. You get somewhere and because you have people fall, they hurt something, but they go, God, I knew I should have held on. I felt that. You kind of know ahead of time situations go, and people know before they're going to pass. People have that idea, they have a knowing. I don't know why, but they do. We have a knowing that we're getting very close. We have a little bit of a knowing and a vibration that it's coming. Everybody has that knowing. I knew the last time I had my near-death experience that I was walking out of here. I was leaving. There's nothing more they could do for me. But the question was, is I knew once I got over there, but it wasn't my time. But the moment I thought I was leaving, I was heading out to the spirit world. I spent a lot of time with hospice, a lot of time with people that have passed the spirit, a lot. Probably most people might see 1, maybe 2, maybe 5 people that have passed the spirit. Maybe it's 6 or 7. Oh, over my career, I've sat at the bedside of over 225 people that have passed the spirit. Everybody passes differently. Everybody has a different vision of their life, of where they're going to be. People will visualize what they believe in their system is what they want to see when they get there. If you feel really bad about yourself, then it might not be this perfect scenario that you see when you get there. But it's what you envision. I have people think they're crossing the crystal stream with Jesus. But really, Jesus is coming, not Jesus, but your brother or your father paddling the boat to get you. The vibration, remember, we are part of this scenario. We are part of the universe, metaphysical universe. We are an ignorant part of the universal plan. Whether you believe it or not, you're part of it. That little part, big part, whatever it is, you're part of that vibration. So you're not, the guides aren't going to let you go completely off course. Remember, when you take on somebody's life lesson, if I take on his life lesson, I take his life lesson, I give him a whole bunch of money. Now he's got my money. He no longer has a life lesson with money. He's got mine. I got to go out and get a second job to get more money. Because now he's got my money. He hasn't brought it back. So now I have a life lesson with it. Caregivers take care of people, take on the person they're taking care of, take on their illness, and the caregivers are usually the ones that go to spirit. It's not the one you're taking care of. They're just strong, they're strong as meat. It's the caregivers that go. People that take care of them. So many times I sat in a room where the person was supposed to go and they didn't go. It's the poor spouse, or the person sitting in the room with them, constantly with them, is the one that went to spirit. Because they wore themselves completely out. Wore themselves out. And the other person's still sitting here in the room. I've had Jehovah's Witnesses trying to work their way into heaven, cut through briar patches, work their way into heaven. I've had people thinking they're going to walk into Crystal Sea or walk across Crystal Sea. I've seen that. I've seen where people have thought they were supposed to be, then people just went to go visit relatives, people they wanted to see. Want to go visit their son that passed or their husband that passed. They just want to be near them. So they're the ones that will appear in the room with them. When I've done this before, I've done it out of probably about 100 people that I've sat with, over 100 people I've sat with. There are 3 people that come. I've seen them, 3. All 3 of these people have these black lettered books, the black leather. There's a circle, a pyramid, and a starburst, and the symbol on the front of the book. And they'll sit at the bedside, they'll read to the person. And the person will be sitting, their eyes closed, their mouth will be moving, and they'll be reading to them. Then 2 of them will leave. 1 will go sit next to the bed. And then I know within about 10, 15 minutes that person's leaving. Because the other 2 have left now. They've said what they need to say, and the other one's there to take them, move them. All the times I've watched these people pass the spirit, no one has died alone. No one has left the earth plane all by their lonesome trying to find their way off. You don't get to take your phone with you and set the GPS. There's somebody always with you. There's somebody sitting there with you, always. Whether it's your guide, whether it's your family, whether it's an angelic presence, whether it's master teachers, it's there with you. So don't think you die and because you're going to be by yourself, that you're going to die by yourself. Somebody will be there with you. Somebody will be there to help you, to get you to where you need to be. There are many dimensions on the other side of spirit, many dimensions. We don't just go to just one little space. There are many places of existence in the spirit world, many. what you envision that you perceive. If you can believe it and you can conceive it, you'll be able to see it. Because it's what we envision our life should be when we get there. Sure, there are lower levels of spirit. There's these lower levels of spirit world. But they're not in hell. As spiritualists, we don't believe in hell. We believe that you go to a certain realm, that your soul always progressed in the spirit world. The progression, the doorway to reformation is never closed against any human soul here or hereafter. We're always progressing, might not be at a higher level, but we're where we need to be, and from that level we will progress to the higher levels. We will progress. My grandmother used to tell me, she would read me a bedtime story of a village on the other side. We all come from a village. We all come from a village on the other side. That's where we come from. And when you ventured here so many years ago, people in that village crafted a candle and they lit it for you. Down here to the spirit world, down here to the earth plane, you came. Now all those people in that village now are nurturing your candle. They're nurturing it, taking care of it, making sure the fire's out, making sure it's all taken care of. They're looking after your candle. That whole village is. And when you eventually go back to the spirit world, those people from that village that you come from will venture out on the path. They will meet you along the path. And as you venture well into the city, your guides will say, here's your candle, and you will put it out. You will tell your life review, you will tell what happened in this lifetime, what happened to you, and then you will venture to where you need to be. But you will go back to your village. You're already in a village.
There you go.
But you will go back to that space. You will. So you don't leave, because those are the people that have followed you through lifetimes. They've incarnated with you, incarnated within your being through lifetimes, that village. You might have been somebody in your family's mother in the last lifetime. In this lifetime, they were your mother.
Right.
Different things have happened through lifetimes, different vibrations. People venture into your life because they're part of different vibrations and different lifetimes for you. So they're here to try to help you. We just make life very tough. We make it very tough on ourselves. We are our worst enemies. We beat ourselves up of all the stuff we should have done, or we should have probably done better. Although let me tell you, if it was supposed to be any better and any more connected, Spirit would have made sure it was. Moved heaven and earth for you. Heaven and earth. It's when we perceive, when I said about the cycles, when we perceive we want to go home, they open a door every 8 to 9 years. I come home. Remember, if I leave the airplane, I have plenty of life force left, but I want to go home. I'm tired. I'm exhausted. I want to go home. They will take whatever life force I have. And let's say she needs more life force. She wants to be here longer. She wants to get more stuff done. Take whatever life force I have left in my being, they give it to her. She has miraculous health, and like, ooh, I feel so much better now. But she will cross paths with a couple of people that I was supposed to cross paths with. She will affect them. I've gone back to spirit, but she will take on that thing because she received a life force that I no longer wanted. I went back to spirit. Why people have miraculous healings, different things in their life, because somebody decided to go home. Boom. Because we pull this energy from the spirit world. There are guardians in the spirit world. We ask the four corners of the universe. I tell people, if you want health in your vibration, basic. Think health so strongly that your body has no other option but to comply. No other option but to comply with you. Whatever you're thinking in your life, think it so strongly that your body and your spiritual being has no other option but to comply. And think it that strongly that it will appear. I read a lot of books on Catherine Ponder, on abundance and health and all this stuff. It is thinking so strongly in your life that your body or spirit has no other option but to comply within your being. We make ourselves ill. We think bad about ourselves. We teach ourselves bad. I wish I could just die. Really?
Yeah.
What are you telling yourself? Yeah, stop that. Stop it. Like I'm fighting with my wife now. She's had all her surgery. She's going, I think I'm leaving soon. I said, why do you keep saying that? Don't be saying that. Well, you know, I'm probably leaving soon. I'm going, you're not supposed to start. I'm smelling cookies. Grandma's got the cookies. I smell diesel fuel. There's stuff coming. You better stop. Think about what you're telling yourself. What are you telling yourself? What are you visualizing telling yourself in your life? Stop it. Redo it. Reset the vibration. Reset. Never too late to reset the vibration. Never too late to reset it. Reset the energy field with you. You want a good relationship in your life? Then tell your guides what you want. Tell your guides what you want. Be specific. Guides have a sense of humor. I had a lady many years ago. She said, Louis, I'll tell you right now, I want gray hair. I want him to have bluish green eyes, but green eyes would be awesome. I want him to have 2 young boys. I want him to drive an old pickup truck. I want him to have money. I was like, good. I asked for that too. She was coming back up here to Gainesville, broke down in the Ocala National Forest. Who pulls up behind her? Guy with green hair, gray hair, green eyes, had 2 young kids in the front seat, an old pickup truck. She's calling me on the phone going, is he the one? So when we ask for things, and it appears, just thank Spirit and say, thank you so much, and accept it. Don't beat it to death. Go, well, why are they giving that? Well, accept it. You have perfect health in your life, then accept perfect health. Whatever you're accepting in your life, accept it with vigor. Accept it in your life. When I do mediumship, I've connected through my whole life. I've been doing this well over 65 years. And through all the teachers I've had, I have known Gregory, who's going to be in this group, and I've known a lot of teachers, a lot of people that have taught me throughout my life. The spirit world is a journey. Where you end up in the spirit world is up to you. Where you end up on this earth plane is up to you. How your life goes, how it propels itself, and who's in your life. Sometimes we hold on to situations or energy fields within our lives because we think that we need to. Remember, sign, free to good home. Put the person out next to the street, put the sign around their neck. Somebody will stop and pick them up. Don't think that they are your life lesson, your life cause in your life. You should ask yourself, there's something you need to do with something, just quietly ask yourself, is there something I've missed with this, something I should be doing or putting in motion, please show me. All you guys to show you. Be very specific with them. Is there anything I've missed, anything I should be doing or putting in motion with this circumstance? Please show me. And watch. Guides like being very repetitious. If your mother liked cardinals, you might see cardinals all over the front yard. Your mother's there. She liked cardinals. She can send the cardinals. If your father or somebody and the vibration smoked and you're sitting in your house and you smell cigarette smoke and nobody in the house is smoking, very good possibility your father's there. If some of your life had a certain smell before they passed, there was a smell of perfume or some kind of powder or some kind of medicine, and you get that strong smell of that, they're here. You might not see them or visualize them, but they are standing directly with you. And that smell or that energy will connect to you. You'll be walking through your house and have to step over something, go, pff, and there's an animal running across the floor. One of your animals that crossed the spirit is on the floor, and you think something's on the floor, then you look back and there's nothing there. It's the animals are in your home. They are in your house, sitting in your home. They're there with you. They sit with you. So a lot of this is all through connection of body, mind, spirit, Father, Son, Holy Ghost. 3 or more times, Spirit wants to get your attention. If it only happens once in your life, that's probably not the answer. It should happen 3 or more times. 3 or more times the vibration it should connect to you. You're asking for health, and if she's asking for health, and somebody comes in and says, oh my God, dear, I started taking B12. You go, B12. You're on TV set, there's B12. Take a magazine, there's B12 again. Probably should take B12. If it's repetitious, it keeps appearing in your vibration, it's probably your guide saying, do this. You want perfect health, you need to do this. You need this in your system. You need this in your vibration. We need this. Everything about us now, I'll get a little off center just a little bit. When we were younger, I'm 70 now. So when we were younger, the food still had nutrients in it. They've already cleaned out the soil. The nutrients are no longer in the food that we are now eating in our life. Full antibiotics and everything else is pumped into it. So you have to take some kind of supplement, something in your life to replace what you're not getting from your food. You're not getting it from the food anymore. You're not getting it unless you're from a place that's doing it organically and organically soiled and all this stuff, then you might get getting it from that food. But store-bought food, you're not getting the vibration you were getting when you were younger. We can eat anything when we're young. Now we try to eat it now, it almost kills us. So it's not there anymore. It's not in the vibration, it's not in that situation. That's why we learned that because of the bread. Back in the day, wheat was not changed the molecular structure of wheat. Our body doesn't know what to do with it now. So we start eating a lot of bread, a lot of vibrational life, our body doesn't know what to do with it, so they store it as fat. So when you're looking at things, the Spirit says, don't do that. Don't do that. Try to take that out of your system. Take it out of your vibration. If you're eating something and the next day you don't feel good, take what you ate the day before out of your system. It'll help you. If you keep eating something that's not good for you, then your body's just going to say, well, you want to be sick? Okay, here we go. So you're going to be sick, you're going to be ill. So remember, everything has a motion, everything has a direction in your life. But the cards, the vibrations, the situations that we do, the pendulums work, there's all kinds of types of pendulums, and I love showing this when I see people don't have that understanding with pendulums. Pendulums are things you hold. You hold. You do not hold the pendulum by the stone on the end of it. You don't do that. People learn it that way, but they don't. That bead on the center, on the end of the bead is not there for decorations. It's not. Not because it's pretty. Bead on the end is to place it like that. If you hold the bead with both you have pulses in your fingers, so holding it like that will make the pendulum move. By putting it over your finger, I like holding it like that, you won't have any control over it. The thing will move because it gets over an energy center. It will move. That is what that thing at the base of a pendulum is. It's not there just for decorations. It's there to either go over your finger like that. That's what it's there for. I love teaching that because people will sit there and they'll go, I'm not getting good information. I'm not getting good information. Yeah. The pulse is making it work. Pendulums work very good for food, different things. I spent a lot of time in California back in the late 60s. Everybody in California would be on the grocery aisle going, I'll try that. Their whole grocery cart was nothing but through the store like, mine. Not good, put it back. That was the whole grocery shopping tour. My that was the whole grocery shop. Everything had to be on the floor. She had to take the pendulum and test it. But if you don't do your pendulum, you take medication, you do stuff in your life, little thing that does work, if you take your 2 fingers and go over your forehead 3 times, put your hand behind you. You can't look at it, don't look at it. Just put your hand behind you, come back out. Both your thumb and your 4 fingers should match. You can't be off. You have to do it again. 3 times, behind you, here. Then pick up whatever you think you want to put in your body. Hold it. Ask yourself, is this highly beneficial for me, yes or no? If you fall forward, it's a yes. If you fall back, it's a no. Keep a lot of junk out of your system. Set yourself up as your own pendulum. If you're taking something, just do 3 times, put your finger behind you, and ask yourself, is this highly beneficial for me, yes or no? And you'll fall forward or fall back. It'll keep you out of putting medication. I do a lot with vitamins, so I'll go, should I take 1? And I'll go, yes. Well, should I take two of these a day? It'll go, yes. Should I take 3? And I'll go, no. I'll say, okay, I need to take 2 of these a day to fix what I need to fix. You'll be able to set what you take, a regimen, by just doing that. But don't hold on to what you're going to put in your system. Set it somewhere, 2 or 3 things, take your glasses off, I used to take one, and put your finger behind you. And then pick up whatever you're going to put in your system, hold it. It works. It helps you to set situations in your life. It'll tell you too also, if something's not good for you, your whole system will fall back, so what do you take that? Especially if you're taking medication. When you get older, we're taking medication, you go, you know, my body's not telling me no, then you can have a conversation with your doctor going, you know, I don't feel good with that. My body doesn't feel good with that. So maybe we should change that. My body doesn't feel good. Your body will tell you what it wants to take on, what it wants to do, and what it wants to propel itself in your vibration. When you meditate, get quiet, meditate, ask your guides for information. Ask them. Ask them. I know a lot of you go to services, different things where people say, put your hands up, breathe in, meditate. Don't do that. Either put your hands down flat on your legs, or put your hands together. By doing that, you're protecting yourself, and you're only letting so much energy out from your work field that you're allowing to share. Once you open yourself up to the whole room, some of you here don't know some of these people in this room. You got to open yourself up to the whole room. Everybody in this room. Once you put your hands up, you're open to everybody's energy in this whole room. You've opened yourself to everyone. Putting your hands down or putting them together. When you're in a space that you're not completely sold out. If you're with a group that you like, you have a strong connection to them, put your hands up. But if you're not connected with everybody in the group, keep your hands together or have them flat on your lap. It works very well. A lot of tricks I've learned through my lifetime. Because I used to sit back in churches and I'd watch people put their hands up and other people in the audience need energy, and they'd go, and you'd see the energy being pulled from other people. The people they weren't doing it on purpose, they just needed the energy, and you've opened yourself up to give it to them. Then you finish what you're doing, and you feel tired. You go, God, I feel so tired. Yeah, because somebody back there got some. They got some stuff. So that's why you don't open yourself up unless you're very comfortable with the space you're in. No, because I had a lady, and she lived in a funeral home. 2nd floor. Upstairs, unclaimed bodies that were cremated. Bottom floor was a crematory. And she lived between both of them. And she was telling me, she said, energy's just so bad. I said, what's on the 3rd floor? She said, oh, it's all the unclaimed bodies. I said, whew. She said, what can I do? She said, there's not a lock on the door, so I can get in there. I said, well, dear, just go get yourself a big bag of sea salt. Go up there and try to put sea salt around the door, try to seal the door, try to protect yourself. So, and she was about 350 pounds. So up the stairs she goes with this big bag of sea salt. She's heading for the door. All of a sudden the door slams shut and it said, get out. And you can hear her go, what do I do now? I said, maybe we should run. And you can hear her come downstairs going, but you can hear that spirit go, get out. You can hear it on the tape. Because they did not want her up there. About a month later, she moved out and she left the space. But she was living, she had placed herself in that energy, in that vibration, in that energy, in that vibration. When you place yourself in an energy field with someone or some situation that you're not comfortable with, then you allow that energy to take root within your system. You've allowed that spirit to lay on a grave or go out somewhere to a psychiatric hospital where they killed a bunch of people. And you're going to venture through to search for ghosts. Really? I don't think so. I had a lady tell me, she said, Louis, I have a spirit in my house. He's cut me. He's got a knife. He's cutting me. You need to come over and get him. And I was very calm. I said, he is at your house and not at mine. Why am I coming over to get him? He's got a knife. He's cutting people. Why am I coming to get him? You need to send him away. Remember, you own your home. You own the space that you're in. Only you can send the spirits away. Only you can. You can have somebody help you, but only you can force the energy and say, you do not belong here, I do not accept you here, you need to leave. Only you can do that. Because I can walk in your house, I can scare all the spirits out of your house. But as soon as I leave, you go, what happened to the spirit? Boom. When you have to allow them to go. I can't send them away, because I can, but as soon as I leave the house, and as soon as I leave the grounds, they're back. They're back in the house, they're back. Because you didn't allow them to leave. You didn't tell them to leave. You have to tell them to leave. You want somebody to come clear your house, and you should sit and have a conference with your guides and have a little talk with them before the person gets there. Says, no, I don't want anybody left here. I don't want anybody, only high vibrational spirits to be left in this house. Any negative spirits need to go. And let them go. I love when people say, Louis, I'm having trouble with my money. Could you get Uncle Joe? I said, is Uncle Joe good with money? Oh, no, he's not good with money. Then what do you want to talk to Uncle Joe for? Talk to somebody who's good with money. You want health? If your mother or grandmother or people in your life are sick, you're going to talk to them about health. You want to talk to the person in your family that had health, that took care of themselves, that had health. That's the person you want to talk to. That's the energy you want to propel in your vibration. You don't want the sickly energy in your vibration. You want the healthy energy. Same thing with things in your life. You want the healthy vibration, not the negativity situation with that. Because if you allow that to propel itself in your life, and you go, oh, cool, then it belongs there. When I teach mediumship, once you have a habit, the habit stays. Once you keep doing it, it becomes a habit, and then it's very hard to stop the habit. When you start doing something and you like it, and you keep doing it that way, then it becomes a habit. Then eventually you go, well, I don't really like this. Well, it's very hard to break it now. Now you've got the habit now. It has moved in the vibration. That's why you always ask for your highest and best, nothing else. Highest and best. Highest and best and nothing else in your life. Don't just take it for granted that Spirit knows what you want. They know the destination, but they cannot affect the journey. That's up to you. They can get the ox cart or they can get the Lincoln Continental. Your choice of how you arrive there. Your vibration there. That's what, remember that. You are setting that vibration of where you're going to arrive. Not your guides. Oh, my guides should know what I want. God knows what I want. Yes, God knows what you want. You pick the destinations. You will get there. Kicking or screaming, duct tape, I don't care. You will get there. How you arrive, your free will and choice. Don't put yourself in situations that throw you off balance. I don't care if you go buy another house, situations, your vibration. You should understand what the numbers of the house means. And I'm going to go into numbers of the house real quick. A one house for a single person. If you're married, if you had numbers on the front of your home, break them to single digits. One house for a single person. If you're married, you have a significant other in your life, somebody's going to the spirit world. You moved into a one house. It's for one person. If there's two people at a house, you could have a problem. Because it's one house. A two houses for birthing babies. Well, you guys are older now. I don't think any of you are going to be birthing babies anytime soon. So take care of kids. You want a bunch of kids in your house? You want to be doing all this stuff with children? Two house. Three house is temporary. Most people that move into a three house are there because they went through a divorce, death in the family. Something happened. They're there to regroup, rebalance, and reset before they move on. Four house is a poor house. Most houses in foreclosure and bankruptcy, they're in fours. So if you're in a four house, poor house. Workaholic house. Always working at the house, working on that house. Five house collects things, drive around the villages, look at the numbers. Add up a five house, there's junk in the front yard. I'll put stuff in the yard. Maybe there's a rule here, you can't have stuff in the yard here, maybe that. You can't have stuff in the yard, I don't know. But a five house usually collects things, it's a collector's house, collecting things, collect things. Walk in, they have collections of stuff. My father used to say he wasn't a collector, he was not a hoarder, he was a collector. Collector. Six house, teaching, helping others. Seven house, people try to move in with you. Usually seven houses have mother-in-law suites, a place where people can come to. The seven house. Eight house is money, prosperity, growth. Nine house, open to all possibilities. 11, 22, and 33 houses only come on the market. Most of the time they're handed down in families. A master home. Numbers on the front of your house adds up to exactly 11, 22, or 33. Those are master homes. They're extremely powerful homes. So you always look where you place yourself. If you live in a six house now, don't move from your six house and move into a one house. Don't drop the energy so drastically in your life. All of a sudden, boom, you've dropped it. Try to stay at the same level or a little bit higher than where you are. Don't drop your energy, don't drop the vibration. Just because your mother and father lived in a four house and you lived in a four house doesn't mean you got to keep living in a four house. Remember that in your vibration. Look at the numbers you place yourself in. We live in Florida, it's a one vibrational state. You live in the villages, Florida. The villages, Florida. You add that up and get the numerology value of the villages. Boom. You get that. Then you figure out most of you aren't working, you don't have full-time jobs. So it's the house that's going to carry you. What number is your home? What number is the house? Look where you place yourself. Just because you moved a house because your significant other liked it, do you like it? Do you have a connection to it? Do you have that? That's what you have to ask yourself. But metaphysics and dealing with spiritual energy and connection, there's all kinds of aspects of this. Understanding the numbers, understanding astrology, understanding near-death experiences, understanding the spiritual word, mediumship, psychic abilities, all this stuff. It's all this stuff. It's conglomerated into one. Whatever you package your little coat, you go, that's what I like. Other people might think you're weird. You get all this stuff, but you like it. Because I studied Edgar Cayce for almost 20 years. I've been to the Institute, I've worked up there. Edgar Cayce was a sleeping prophet. He knew exactly what he needed to do. All his readings, all his things were right so far. They're finding out that everything he said, everything he did when he was in trance and speaking to the spirit world is now true. So, at the beginning, but now they're on, oh, there's something to this. There's something to this. Everything has a connection, whether you're reading a book, you're doing whatever book you have in your life, whatever thing that radiates to you. If a book radiates to you, it might not radiate to someone else. Read the book. Something in that book you might like. Now we got a little bit. Does anybody have time to ask me a question? I'll answer, yes.
I'm sorry, I couldn't hear you when you went through the numbers of a house. Would you kind of say that again?
A one house, can you hear me?
Yes.
I'll move it up. A one house is for a single person. You're in a one house usually for a single person. Usually I've noticed over the years, if a couple moves into a one house, one of the spouses, one of the people are going to die. Or they'll get divorced and they'll move out. One house for single. Two house birth of babies. Taking care of children, grandchildren. Your kids will drop all the grandchildren over for you to look after. Two house. Three house temporary. Usually you have three houses for somebody that just wants to be in the house temporary. Is to get their energy back, get them balance back. Four house, poor house. It's a workaholic house. You look on the internet, look up houses for sale. Most four houses are in foreclosure. Because people didn't want to work at them. Five house collects, six house teaching, seven house people will try to move in with you. If you enact your mother-in-law suite and you have a seven house, people are moving. They're coming to live with you. Eight house is money. Nine house open to all possibilities. 11, 22, 33, those are master homes. Very extremely powerful homes. But that's the numbers. So it's where you place yourself. What energy you want in your life. You want to take care of grandchildren? Live in a two house. You want to get rid of your spouse? You want to live a single life? Move to a one house.
Are those numbers that you're giving, is that like what your addresses and
Just the number on the front of the house.
So,
Well, if you live in 1506,
okay,
it's on the front of your house. So 1 and 5, 6, 6, 12, 1 and 2, 3 house. Is that the numbers on the front of the house is like a single digit? You wanted to ask me something back there. Yes. With me, I'm an objective clairvoyant, so when I see people in the spirit world, I see them just like you. I see faces, the whole thing. I see faces right here. A whole bunch of people walking around. A whole bunch of people walking around. I see them. So, but when I see faces, I see their faces, I see them. Every once in a while, talking about me, I'll see the back of their head, or I'll see parts of their face. Sometimes they won't look at me, they'll look away, they'll look around. But I do see their faces, how tall they were, where they were. I do see them.
When you say soul agreements, are the beginning of things you want to have in the life you're going to, before you're born, you incarnate?
Before you're incarnated, they take you to a room on the other side. There are all the stuff that you could possibly fix and help and encourage. You pick those designations in your life. Then your guides are there. You want to pick your guides. These are people who followed you through lifetimes, incarnations, things in your life. They've followed you. They've been part. Family members are not guides. Unless your great-grandmother died long before you were born, somebody died long before you were born, they could be a guide. But family members are not guides. They're helpers, they're encouragers, they're blessers. They want to love you, they want to encourage you. They are not guides. Your guides are people that have followed you through lifetimes, incarnations, and they are part of your situation.
People that choose to be born with cancer or handicap, they get to skip maybe 50 reincarnations. It's all about before the incarnation.
It's all about before, and then what if the cancer, the situations that people took on in this lifetime were not really for them? Maybe it was to affect the people that were taking care of them, the situations that they had an effect on while they were here. It was to affect them, to affect the people that were here.
The index card, do you write a question on the index card?
No, you just have a question in your mind, you hold it, put whatever energy you want in the card, then run over the flame.
What is your reasoning for going across your forehead 3 times before you do your body paint?
Body, mind, spirit. Body, mind, spirit. 3 times, body, mind, spirit. The Trinity. I got taught that by an acupuncturist of China, guy from China. He told me to do that. And it works, it just works. I don't know why it works, but 3 times, put your hand behind you and it should fit. I'll go to you.
You don't see anybody around me.
Yeah, there's a gentleman with you, sir. He's not looking at you. There's a woman who, she didn't want to go. There's something about her leaving this earthplane, she didn't want to go. She's very upset she had to leave, that's what she said. She's very upset she had to leave, but she left.
You're gonna talk about trance?
Trance demonstration is where I allow spirits to jump into me. I have a guy named Lucerne. I'm doing that, I have a thing up here. I'm doing that Sunday in the day, in Casadega. I'm doing it 2 to 4 there in Casadega. And I will be doing a trance demonstration on the red light. You'll actually see my face transfigure. You'll actually see the spirits drop in me. Which is kind of cool. Kind of cool. Yes.
So now I figured out why I got cancer in an 8-year. And I'm going into a 9-year. So was a transformation for me, that year 8.
Transformation is 9 years, because your guys will come to the window and go, you need this, you need this, you need this. And this 9th year is mostly for clearing things out, moving things, finishing clearing it out, letting the cancer go, letting everything go. Because you don't have to take it with you, you just let it go. Say, no, I don't accept that, I don't accept that.
Right. And you have 3 exit points in your life, basically?
You have exit points throughout your life. Every 8 to 9 years, 8 years, you have an opportunity for an exit point. So it's up to you whether you want to go home or not. It's up to you.
Right.
Sometimes we picked our exit point before we got here and said, this is going to affect the people. Remember, your lifetime, you're moving around a large pond. All of us are walking around a large pond. The pond is spirit. We're all looking for that perfect rock, that perfect vibration to throw in the pond before we leave. Now, it's a ripple effect of us leaving the earthplane, leaving this vibration will affect the whole pond. But we have to wait till it's the exact moment that we need to leave. We throw the rock in, it affects the whole pond. It doesn't affect part of it, it affects the whole pond. So when we leave this airplane, even though we wanted to leave, we decided to leave, and our rest of our life force is to give it to somebody else. Whatever it is, it affects the pond, it affects the people left behind. Suicide affects everyone left behind. Suicide is a vibrational thing, but people chose that. Not because they were supposed to do it, it was this vibration that it was to affect the whole. We've had a lot of suicides in my wife's family. And you can see where people have moved, changed their life. All these things changed because that person died. Everything changed, everything regrouped, rebalanced itself. If they would have still been here, probably wouldn't have been exactly that way. It had to move in a different way. So the person left and went to spirit. They went. So.
You mentioned about miracles before. There was someone in the news here, a guy, a doctor in California, in his Tesla, his wife and kids, they drove off a 250-foot cliff and they all lived. Now they're going to try charging for murder. Imagine that one, 250-foot cliff, it's so apart. The car was all smashed up, but they all lived.
Wasn't as tough.
But if you're supposed to go,
You would've gone.
you're going.
Yeah.
If you're not supposed to go,
That's a miracle.
you'll have to stay here.
Yeah.
That's a miracle.
If you damage yourself, well, you're just gonna be here damaged for a while.
Right.
Because you're supposed to stay.
Yeah.
Yes, back to the back.
I had a question about, people with mental problems, bipolar or mental conditions. Is that something that can be, usually they say it can't be cured? Is that a condition that they have, like if you had a stroke, same thing?
Well, the vibration sometimes a lot of that runs through families.
Yeah.
Because my wife's bipolar and it's through her whole family. She's got it, but it's medicated. A lot of things can be medicated, but we choose a lot of that to affect us on our journey, our vibration, our journey. Our vibration. Some people get a little wild in their head because they take on junk and they allow it to go in here. And then they start feeding on it. and then it throws them off balance. They never get themselves back to balance because now someone told them that that is what it is, and now they're off balance. Oh, I've got spirits in me. I got all these entities in me. All this energy is destroying my life, and all my energies are just eating it. What? Really? There is no entities attaching onto me. My guy Jeff, my other guy, will punch the energy in the face. No energy is attacking onto this body. If energy is attached onto you, and suck the energy out of your vibration, then why live? You might just pull your covers over your head and go to sleep. Because that's under control you have, and they're controlling your whole life. Controlling your whole life because of your brain, not because the entity is attached.
You probably know what I'm about to say, but I have to leave, and I'm really sorry I do. I'd like to
Okay.
stay over here again. But where are you going to be Sunday?
I'll be at the Davis Hall in Castaneda from 2 to 4. It'll be from 2 to 4, and the cost for that event is $25. And I'll be going into trance under red light, so it'll be cool. It'll be awesome. When I do Lucerne, he gives everybody, pretty much gives readings to them, talks to them from the spirit world. And my voice changes, my mannerisms change, my face changes. Lucerne jumps in. Yes. Yes, I do have cards up here. I do private readings. I'm usually booked out about 3 to 4 weeks. So if you're wanting something right away, might not be able to do it. But I do have cards. My readings are pretty reasonable. I only charge $50. But I do take them for you. I always tell people in readings, remember, readings. The money is yours before it's somebody else's. When I started readings, we did a whole hour reading for $2. They're not $2 anymore. So, the money is yours before it's the medium. Give them 5-6 minutes. They should touch something. They should have some kind of connection. You're not going to give somebody $80 and go, what the hell is that? Make sure there's some kind of connection. You just sit there. If not, just say, no, this isn't working for me. We're not having a connection. I'm going to go ahead and go. And go. Don't sit and suffer yourself through. As I said, don't put yourself in negative energy. Don't sit there and talk negative to yourself. Oh my God, I shouldn't be here. Oh my God, get up and go. You're my reading. I want you to enjoy the reading. I want you to get something out of it. I want you to have the reading. If I don't touch base with you, I don't want you sitting there. I don't need your money. I don't want to take your money. I want you to get a reading. I want you to get a connection to spirit. Some people are in this business just to get the money. So remember that. So when you're sitting there and they're doing all kinds of crazy stuff. Yes.
I'm interested in your bell handle singing bowl. Where do you get that? Is it good?
Listen to me. Don't go to the site. Punch in crystal bowl handled, crystal bowl handled. And then go to eBay. This bowl on their site, is $676. Okay, not on eBay. On eBay, $184.
Like that's the one you the third eye.
This one's for the heart. But I have all seven chakras. Plus I have one that's geared to Archangel Michael. So when I ring that, there's a purple light comes out of it that actually affects your vibration. It's geared to the Archangel Michael, which is kind of cool. So when you close your eyes and I play that over your crown chakra, you'll see nothing but purple, which is kind of cool. What? I have one book that's where the light beds that I have. I'm trying to get it republished. I sold them all. Now I'm trying, and the publisher I had it with went out of business, so now I got to try to find a new publisher to try to publish it. I'm publishing another book. I'm getting another one ready.
I'm wondering, do you feel any message for anybody else in the room?
We're getting that. I can see, what is these events? If I start giving one reading, giving two readings, I could talk to everyone and tell you exactly who's here and who's around you. who's in your vibration, who's talking to you, who's working with you, who's around you. But then the other person behind you go, oh, what the hell? Where's mine? Where's mine? Where's mine?
Yeah.
Can you ask a guide, like to help you break a habit?
Oh,
You
yeah.
know, you wanna get rid of habits and.
Yeah, tell them. Tell them. Tell them, I don't accept this. I don't accept this. If there's something I personally need to do to break this habit, could you please show me? And watch. If there's something you personally need to do on your vibration, they'll show you. If it isn't, don't just get rid of it. Don't just get rid of it. Because I told my guides many years ago, I said, I don't like smoking. You need to get rid of smoking. I stopped smoking, just cold turkey, broke it, done. No. Never picked up no cigarette.
Yeah, but I did that on my own.
Yeah.
I did that when I did.
People do, but it's like habits, different things in our life. But some people can't do it. Some people can't just go cold turkey. Some people just can't stop it. They just can't. So, some of us got really strong will, we can do it. We can go suffer through it, power through it. Other people can't. So that's where guides step in and try to help you. If there's a habit you want to get rid of, ask them, say, you know, I don't accept this. If there's something I personally need to do to get rid of the habit, please show me. I'll show you. Yes.
Your phone readings, how long are they and how much do they cost?